As I suspected, 32 flavors.
Try the sauce. I'm soaked in it.
Oh, I could lick you all day long.
No, I don't hate Balboa, but I pity the fool, and I will destroy any man who tries to take what I got.
What?
How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Toxic Tuesday, episode 52. And if you want to get into DC Comics numbers, it's the 52. Yeah, because of that whole spiel. But how's everyone doing? Nice to see you here. We'll have Script Doctor joining us shortly as well, so that will be fun and that will be huge. But we're going to do the introductions right off the bat. Boosh McFadden, how you doing, Boosh? D. Bud Martin, what's up? Vince Womack, how are you, sir? Nice to see you here. Phantom Outsider, Brian Yoder, what's up, Brian? Nice to see you here. Thank you for being here early. Hey, the Dildo Man, Sentient Dildo, how you doing, Sentient Dildo? Nice to see you here, guys. I like we had the gentlemen come in here right away. It's like they knew they had to be around for the Naked Gun. So before we get on talk about the movie, well, we got that 70s rock fan here. Gonzalo, what's up, Gonzalo? I see you slide right in there. How you doing, 70s? What's going on in your world? Talk about what's going on.
Well, good evening, sir. I'm fantastic. I have no complaints. The weather's cooled down a little bit here because we had super hot weather, and I've had probably got too much work to do. But other than that, life is good. And good evening, everybody. And it's good to be here. Good to see you. It's nice to get rid of all those hangers-on that were around us, and just have you and me, Nick. Just the
I
two
like
of us.
it.
Just the two of us. Just the way
the
nature
two
intended.
of us.
The way nature intended. So
right? Until one man will slide in later, and then we'll have a three-way, but a very successful three-way, might I add.
Yeah, but no, I'm doing great, mate. I've had things are going wonderful. Life is good.
You only hit 500 subs recently, just kind of an accomplishment,
and it's still keeping growing. 530 around about now, and a couple of really successful videos and live streams. Things are going nice. I wish I had more time to do more.
Oh, don't we all, man?
That will come. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime doubly so, as somebody once said.
Do not come. Actually, no, I need you to come. Who am I kidding? I need you to come. So we all agree in the chat, guys. Do we need 70s rock fan to come? Do we need him to come? And is it going to be huge?
It's going to be huge, but all over far too quickly, I believe.
All over far too quickly. Be safe, Monkey Bye. Yes, it is out there, and it's schlong COVID, but we're not going to go into that because we're here to come. So. All right.
Indeed.
Let's get right into it, guys.
Off the slides, my friend.
Start off the slides.
In the absence of Mark D, I will hit the button marked start.
Yeah.
So 3, 2, 1, go. The slideshow should be going any second now.
And shout out to Mark D with a C for once again doing what he does for us, because he does not have to, considering he's in the world of gambling currently. But you want to talk about an opening scene of greatness here.
So here's the problem right from the beginning. How come Frank Drebin is some kind of super CIA special forces agent as well as a police lieutenant?
I think with a movie like this, obviously you're just kind of supposed to just go with it, because this movie unleashes some really ridiculousness, like where the part where, well, you see him wipe the mark off the guy's foreheads. Like, I knew it. This is not a movie apply logic to.
You know what the funny thing is? If this was filmed today, you'd have to put all the leaders of Western countries at that table because they're the bad guys now.
Oh yeah, dude. No, there would be too much sympathy. You got to have the Eastern guys be portrayed only in a nice light. Now, no, I thought about that so much rewatching this scene, and I thought about, oh man, I can't wait. I can't help but now see Team America with the towel on Gary
Durka
Johnson's
Durka here.
Durka, Durka.
Durka
I
Durka.
thought about Durka. Now I'm thinking, wow, look at that guy. Look at that guy's dome right
I'm not
there.
quite sure who he was meant to be. I'm sure we should probably know, but
Our boy here,
I-
Lieutenant Frank Drebin.
that's
Dude,
right.
I did this last week, and I'm gonna confess, I did it again this week when I was rewatching again. I had this really bad habit where I mistake Leslie Nielsen for Steve Martin, and I'm guilty. I've been doing it on and off for years. I know I suck. Go
Yeah.
ahead and give me shit for it. I'm sorry in the chat. Call me
I'm
a
going to
poser.
give you
I
shit
don't
for
care.
it.
I have done that, and I did again rewatching it, and I'm like, why do I do that? It's just a habit of mine. Just a habit of mine. So
Yeah, I mean,
and
from a distance, I guess you could confuse them, but they are quite different. But anyway, I absolutely adore this movie, and I love the Zucker Abrams guys because the Airplane, Top Secret. You know, the movies they've made are just fantastic. I think Airplane was before this. It was the first.
It
really
was.
big
It
one.
was a few years before. Yeah, quite a few
And
years
of course,
before.
that was the first time Leslie Nielsen had really been seen in a comedic role. So and then Police Squad was made. The six.
Oh, there it is.
TV
Wiping
show.
of the head.
Absolutely masterful career change and great casting.
Well, you had a great casting, but also it was a big deal for Nielsen. I almost did it again. Nielsen. Yeah, see how bad that is? Nielsen, because he was doing very different stuff. Like, he obviously, for him to come into his Lieutenant Frank Drebin role, this was a big drastic shift for him because he wasn't used to doing all the comedy stuff. This is a game changer for him. But dude, did he slide in like a glove between obviously the show that this was made after and into this movie? Like, he really cemented this role. And for me, like, he's one of those guys where he is Frank Drebin. Like, and the way he moves and like the way he flows with the silliness of it all, it's just so fluid and to me effortless, which is very ironic that I say effortless because apparently they did many of these scenes they had to do. Like, sometimes they did up to 40 takes for some of these scenes because some of these scenes were a pain in the ass to do. So it's funny for you and I and for everyone in the chat, but apparently the making this movie was a royal pain in the
there's
ass.
a lot of physical comedy here and a lot of choreographed stunts and some quite complex maneuvers. I mean, there's a lot of people climbing ladders and touching beavers. There's a lot of cunning stunts in this movie, if I could put it that way. So that I'd seen Police Squad, the show that led into this, and where it's like a follow-on from Police Squad, the TV show, which is and of course you got George Kennedy and others. Everybody's a straight actor in these. There's very few actual comedic actors in them, so they're all playing it absolutely as straight as possible, which is just freaking hilarious. And there's only certain actors can do that. You know, there's a lot of serious actors could try to do a comedy and play it straight, but they would just come across as, I don't know, there's certain actors you just wouldn't see it happening. With these guys, I don't know whether it was the casting, but they just picked the right guys. And God, they're good.
No, meritocracy truly prevailed because to pull scenes like that off and to make it seem like this is just a normal situation, not a ridiculous situation. Yeah, come on, you look at this, especially when he unveils the mohawk right here.
Well, there's so many gags. There's physical gags. There's one-liners. There's references to other things. There's stuff that just slips by.
It's a comedy variety. It's a comedy variety. You got like satirical bits. You got the physical comedy. You got like the mayhem going on. You got as you said, the one-liners, and then you got like the Stooges types of parts. Where they bump into the walls, type of things. Like or you could call them the blind modes, whatever you want to call it. There's this was a comedy variety, and it somehow works. Like, usually when you blend a bunch of things, sometimes that could be a bit of a what's we're here, maybe a bit of a tonal like shift where it just doesn't make sense. But it's all comedy, and this is a very long intro, but a great long
Well, the
intro.
car starts to go off all over the place.
But it works. All the different comedy, we'll say comedy subgenres, and it works. All these different subgenres, all still comedy at the end of the days, and it works. And that's not something that can always happen. Like it's kind of like Big Trouble in Little China, where it's like that's like several different genres, and somehow it still works.
And the range of things that is spoofed in this, I mean, it spoofs action movies, it spoofs soaps, it spoofs sports, it spoofs just about every genre you can think of. And there's the great Ricardo Montalban, of course.
And of course, we got the great O.J. Simpson.
I know, and we're watching
Nordberg.
His jacket tested positive for heroin. Yeah, it's got the dart gun or something. The cufflink. That's it. The cufflink.
Yeah, the cufflink. I forgot how funny he was in this movie, and obviously his part, because obviously he's just a body ultimately. And the damage his body, which we'll get to later, but it's so absolutely hilarious and ridiculous.
Isn't there a line about we've saved his arm, we'll send it back to you later, or something like that.
It was some ridiculous. It was one of those really ridiculous lines.
We've managed to save his arm, but we'll send it back to you later.
No, there's all those like ridiculous lines where you kind of like it's like the thinker. You gotta stop and think about what you just said. Okay, I see what you did there. It's once again a different one of those types of humors where the stop and be the thinker type.
And there's an awful lot of gags that you couldn't get away with now. There's racial gags, sexual gags,
so many gags. We could seriously have a shot for every time.
There's midgets in happen. Was it like a midget at a urinal? I was going to have to stay on my toes, that kind of thing. Just jokes like that you couldn't do now,
Oh, Dash, I'm not sure if you're right. This is way before if the glove doesn't fit, you must acquit. And before we carry on, we got a direct donation from Brian Lovechat.xyz Yoder for $25 saying, I'm sending pizza. How hot and wet do you like it? Dude, I love it hot and wet, Brian. Thank you for $25. I will make sure my pizza is hot and wet.
Bush has got the line, we think we can save your husband's arm. Where would you like it sent?
All right. It's a trio now. Now we're Motorhead or Rush, whatever one you prefer. But now we're a trio with Script Doctor.
I'll go for Rush because it's two Canadians against one American.
There we go. Yeah.
Man. All right.
We need a third Canadian though.
We need Neil Peart.
Script. We do need Neil Peart. Yeah.
Peart. It's actually Peart. But
you're very pert, Nick.
Oh, I'm very pert. Is it going, Script?
It's going well. Sorry, I'm late, gentlemen. Had to get some things thrown down here. Oh, but this scene with OJ as Nordberg busting in on all the criminals, one man with one gun, and says drop it, and that they all turn around, they all point their guns, and one guy does drop the weapon, and they all look at him like he's an idiot.
I laugh. That scene is so ridiculous because everyone is so professional about it, and he just looks like, well, I'm still intimidated by a cop, even though I got everyone else on my side.
Yep.
I'm assuming that this was really well storyboarded because there's such great shots. Everything's really in the right place all the time. It's quite good choreography, and like there, I mean that shot is just great. I love it. Everyone's just perfect in there.
And then the other part too is like it's so well crafted that you as an audience member do a disservice if you take your eyes off the screen for any second because you will miss something.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, good point, Script. It really is like this movie, like it goes, but not just in the whole go adrenaline rush, but yeah, like you said, because like there's always little things you could miss, whether something happened or just something that's there. Or look right here, OJ. He takes a Nordberg. Sorry, he takes quite the beating here, and the way it happens is so over the top and ridiculous. But it's funny because how ridiculous it is. I'm like, it kind of is like more vicious than the way Chef took a beating in South Park, and I thought Chef took a bad beating with.
He
with
did, but it's like, how many bad things can we get on this guy? Well, let's shoot him up, and then what happens is he tries to escape, and he's like, oh, he gets wet paint all over his shirt, and then he tries to like get out, and he like steps on a bear trap, or he gets tripped over by a window.
And you have to wonder, why were all those things there? Why was a bear trap?
And he ruins a wedding cake.
How those wedding cake was just conveniently, that's once again little things, and once again to bounce off a script, you wouldn't expect there just to be a random wedding cake, but blink and you'll miss the wedding cake. You're thinking, what did he get his face covered, and then to follow up getting shot, hitting his hand on the hot thing. I think he gets to like his foot. Oh yeah, there you go. The foot.
The only thing is missing is the kitchen sink, because everything else has been thrown in to these scenes.
How much more can you throw at this guy? Like,
and the best part is that the bad guys, they still have their guns loaded, and they're just watching him go through this, and they're not even going to put him out of his misery. It's like he's not dead yet.
All these times I've viewed, I never thought about it like that. They had all the ammunition, literally the ammunition. Wow, crap! I never had that registered on my head. My mind's kind of blown. Damn, they could have easily we're just gonna let him suffer.
And this is just the opener, as Bush says. Bush McFan says this is the opening scenes. We're 5 minutes
right after he cleans off the fake birthmark on Gorbachev.
Okay, real quick here. Go back to that one shot real quick. Yeah, I thought for a second. I always thought that, and this is once again, guys, where I do more of my confessions. That's fine. Mistakes that I made. I always thought that the one guy, it was right when they were showing the people at the airplane, the first shot. There was one guy, if you remember that scene in Ace Ventura where the landlord shows right here. I thought that was the landlord from Ace Ventura. Tell me that doesn't look like it, where he's like, Ventura.
Looks similar to that guy. He's also in like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Yes.
You mean this guy on the left?
Yeah,
the photographer.
With the camera. He looks just like the landlord in Ace Ventura, does he not? Especially since these movies are not far apart in years, and they have the same type of gray hair.
I'm sure somebody out there in the chat will tell us.
It's not. Oh, I looked it up. Trust me, I looked it up. It's just I thought it was, and I'm like, holy crap, is that really him? I found out, from my girlfriend that it's not him. No,
Weird Al.
Weird Al's, I think, in all three of the Naked Gun films.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, he is, and it's such a great fit that with how weird this movie is. You got a guy who's equally as over the top and ridiculous as this movie is to be. It's like it's a perfect fit.
Yeah, the best part is like all the car gags that they do in this. Like the first one here is Frank is driving and he's pulling along a baggage carrier with him.
That's right, yeah.
And I like the fact that his name is like Sergeant Detective Lieutenant Frank Drebin. Like he's got 3 ranks.
And there's a memory right there. Yeah. Doesn't that remind you of something?
Actually, there's a dome like that in Hamilton over by one of their big lakes. That looks like a breast.
Is that in Canada?
I think,
yeah.
I've seen that.
Oh, okay.
They're so earnest in these conversations.
No, he's got a 50 chance of living, but there's only a 10% chance.
The hospital.
It's just called the hospital.
It's a big building with doctors and patients in it.
Yeah. Hold on. I didn't notice that.
We have to take them to the hospital. What is it? It's a big building with doctors and patients. Here's the saving the arm. Where would you like it? But he's alive after all that. He's alive.
Okay. That is insane that I just noticed that part. The hospital.
Yeah.
The physical gags are incredible. Yeah.
I love like how they close off this scene, which is like, "Don't worry, Mrs. Nordberg, we're not going to rest one moment until we find out what happened to your husband. Now let's go get a bite to eat."
Right.
I like how no matter what is said, Drebin makes it more doom and gloom. It's just like,
Mrs. Nordberg's going nuts.
She's going nuts because he's just adding to the doom and gloom. Anytime there's like something like, maybe there'll be recovery. Oh, I don't know. It's gonna get worse for him.
He's like, drugs. He's like, I'll see what I can do. Cocaine. Well, I don't know about that, Nordberg.
Heroin.
Or heroin, yeah.
Heroin. Oh man.
I mean, it's just 90 minutes. You're hurting your sides laughing.
Dude. Even
it's
with
really simple. It's just a really simple plot. Like Ricardo Montalban is he's the head of a criminal empire, does trafficking of lots of stuff, stolen stuff and drugs. But now he's getting into the assassination business.
God, the gears of a combine.
I was going to spit off by a lap dancer. There, that's the way you go.
Just think
positive. And this is right. He says it. Think positive, but then Drebin just has to bring it all down because that's what he.
He's a realist.
Yeah, I know he's a realist. Let's be all those organ donor cards. Oh, yeah,
truly. I love you. Yes, I love you.
I love how it says love, L-U-V, love you.
No. Oh. You wonder if when they were filming, if they had as much fun as we have watching it, or was it, as you say, Nick, it was a bit of a slog?
No,
the concrete dildo.
They said it was very hectic to film this movie. I mean, I could see. I mean, once again, like you mentioned, 70s with all the physical comedy going on. I can imagine. I could see why it would be a pain to shoot this, because with all the stuff to get a good or the right take, and with 40 takes for some of these scenes, as mentioned earlier, they had to have been a pain.
Miss your spot once or miss your line once, it ruins the whole setup.
Yeah, exactly, because it's all very specifically done. There's no real room for improv in these types of comedies.
Yeah, which is funny. I think it was the what was it, entering without a search warrant, when you see the police headquarters. The mayor entering without a search warrant, destroying property, arson, sexual assault with a concrete dildo.
Oh yeah, yes.
What the hell were you doing
there? We'll get there. That scene is absolutely.
I love that scene. Yeah, but when you see the LA police headquarters there.
Phenomenal. I love, but this scene where he's peeing is like, and it echoes over the entire place. And he just rips away.
He's got a hot mic,
It's true, when you've had a few drinks, it's kind of satisfying. But I mean, he really gets into this.
Oh, dude, you could have swore he was getting satisfied.
And then the little Kegel stops that he does in between to try and empty out the tank.
Oh, this is another.
He nails
it gets even better, because not only does he nail him, but you get the chalk out of the body is on the water.
The chalk in the water.
Like where he landed, they have the body chalk.
I know, who thinks of that?
All right, I just had to go real quick because we got Cardinal Sin for a direct donation of $5. Thank you, Cardinal Sin. And he left nothing to say. Well, thank you for being here, Cardinal. Cardinal, if you want to come in, let me know. I'll be glad to shoot you a link if you know some Naked Gun. But hey, what happened to your 70s?
I don't know. There's an incompetent person in charge of the slides.
Oh,
I fired him. Don't worry, he's fired.
He's fired. Oh yeah, is he?
Drove back to headquarters.
There's a chalk
out line.
All right, I'll shoot you. I'll shoot you the link, Cardinal. All right, for $2. Thank you for the $2, by the way. They didn't have to do that. Go ahead, Script.
I absolutely love this gag that they do of the bribing of the money. This is actually from the show itself, and it's basically just it's the same 20 going back and forth between both characters, trying to get information with each other.
All right.
Yeah, the show was great. I mean, if nobody's out there, if you haven't seen the Police Squad show, find a copy of it. It's only 6 episodes, I think, but it was really funny.
And it was a great stage setter for what was to come.
Yeah, it had its own little moments that were in each
the
episode.
money exchange. The money exchange. Oh man. I'll give that. Oh, I think
Can you spot me at 20? Here.
Who ends up with the money though?
Drebin did. Drebin
ends up with the cash.
Ultimately he ends up with the money. All the money he gave away, he got back ultimately.
Yeah, I think he was ahead too.
Yeah. But this whole bizarre idea of the Queen of England visiting as well as all this other
service.
stuff.
He just hands it and knocks right into it.
All right, Cardinal Sin, how's it going, dude?
Hello there.
Nice to see you, man. It's been a while. You were on one of the much earlier episodes of the show when it was a new thing. And congratulations on your recent success, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you, and glad you could be here, man.
Me too.
Cuban.
I love these movies. I was a huge fan of The Naked Gun and Police Squad. Leslie Nielsen is one of my favorites, of course. Forbidden Planet, a straight role that he played. He played a lot of straight roles. But Ricardo Montalban with his rich Corinthian leather.
Impervious to everything.
Along with
you know where that's ending up.
Along with our star here, you can't get much better than that, right?
No, not at all, man. Not at all. But I love that the unbreakable pen. He just breaks it in half and it just lands into the fish steak. And the fact that he has to play cover up and that he gets bit. I don't know what that fish thing is called. So
it was
unfortunately, the bullets missed every vital organ.
What's it called?
Spit thee from hell's heart. I spit
exactly.
thee.
We'll just call it the fish thing.
It was it's a rare Japanese fish, very expensive, but yeah, I like the fact.
Is it a puffer fish?
Maybe.
Oh, anyone in the chat know? We got 30 of you in the chat. Who knows what that thing is? Please tell us.
Isn't the puffer the one you got to be careful which bit you eat?
But
that's a blowfish, yeah.
You got to be careful which bit eats you.
Speaking of being careful, I mean, yeah, he gets his hand and then he gets his nose. He gets a lovely bloody mark on his nose too. he's playing cover up.
Meanwhile, the speech is going unnoticed.
He's doing the classic Bond villain expositional thing.
Yes,
happening in the background.
All to no avail. Yeah.
Oh. That really is what. Oh crap! You're right. I didn't think of that. That is totally what the Bond villains do. Bond's always trying to do the slick maneuver when they're not looking and trying to be quiet, whereas he's being absolutely noisy and it's more obvious. He gets the absolute reverse outcome of what Bond does, where Bond's more he could do things subtly and get them to not notice. He's like, you should be totally caught because, well, look at your face.
Nordberg. I have to say, this is one of my favorite movies, and I am an unabashed fan of Police Squad and The Naked Gun. It's so much fun, and it might be a toxic movie or series of movies, but it's too fun.
Yes, it is. Agreed, man. And then, of course, Elvis Presley's wife. And it's kind of weird. I pieced it together between Elvis when she was with him and then Leslie Nielsen. She definitely has a thing for much older dudes. I don't know what it is.
Priscilla Presley?
Yes, Priscilla Presley, as she plays Jane Spencer.
She's hot in this. Yeah.
Who doesn't? Honestly, who doesn't like a bit of Priscilla Presley, right?
It's all about the walk. It's all about the walk. It's all about the walk. That nothing beats the walk, because this walk is the walk of, well, I wouldn't say fame, but definitely not the walk of shame either.
And I'll say this for Priscilla Presley, she has that classic beauty. You know, she's so pretty in the face, and she's got a great body and everything. But she also knows how to work it. And she's a great actress. I mean, if nothing else, this movie proves that. Mm-hmm. She's got great comedy timing, and that's harder than straight drama. You know, people that are good comic actors generally can do dramatic roles.
Yeah, the classic line.
Nice beaver. Taylor, he breaks down.
And really watching it for the first time in the cinema, thinking, what the hell are they doing?
I thought he's
away with this.
She's got to be pulling like a
this a
stuffed beaver
PG-13?
down from the attic, right?
Yeah, that's the funniest part. There's some stuff in here that really like what were the MPAA thinking? Because like you could have swore this was R rated, but it ended up being PG-13 somehow. Like that's weird to think. Like, what were they on when they considered
It was
this
just
rate?
tons of bait and switch into comedy. I mean, even the next gag that comes up, which is like Leslie Nielsen's character,
What
is
a
like, "Oh,
great
that's a nice
sight
anklet."
gag. What a
That's
great sight gag.
Yeah, there's this like great thing. There's like, "Oh, that's a nice anklet you're wearing." It's like, "What anklet? Oh, how'd that get down there?" She just puts it back on her wrist, and you're like,
Yeah. Like somehow it gravitated down there naturally.
Thanks, it just had stuff.
Just about graceful. It's just those straight gags. It's a straight gag.
By the
It's
way,
incredible.
I apologize for being late.
Oh, you're good, man. If anything, fault me. I sent the link. I wasn't for sure knowing if you were going to be on or not. So.
Of course, man. For
Yeah.
the Naked Gun, yeah.
Well, I'm
But
glad you're here.
I just got done, with a tabletop card game. I'm doing a series called Critical Hit: Gaming with Cardinal Sin. I just got back from the game, and I've had a few beers, so I'm exactly in the right space.
Nice.
Ready to go.
Oh wow, Airplanes PG. Wow,
It's hard to
"Well,
believe.
there was
isn't
no PG-13 when it came out, so yeah."
The big cheese, the head honcho.
it? Yeah, it did have boobs in it.
Yes,
briefly.
it did, but in a non-sexual manner. So
Ah, right.
but nonsense. Oh, I love this. This makes me die and have my stomach hurt and my face like hurt like every single time, because the fact that he just had a bunch of air balloons blow up on his face, and then the car continues and it caused the most mayhemic amount of damage, and then he just plays, "Oh man, hey, did anyone get that license plate or face on that car?"
well, he shoots after his
Every
own
single
car.
airbag that's possible has deployed.
He didn't put two and two together that he just got out of that car that he's shooting police off.
By the way, that 70s rock fan, script doctor, Nick Weiser, very good to see you. Very good to be here, my friends.
It's good to
thank
see you, Cardinal.
Glad you're here.
Yes.
And everyone in the chat and the mods and fairies and other mythological creatures, I guess.
Oh yes, all
I said
all
I've
the
been
things
drinking.
below. No, it's all good, man. All good. I don't mind the drink.
Hey,
so
Nick,
much.
by the way,
What's this shit?
did you hear
What's up?
about the latest thing that happened to Sly Stallone?
Oh, I mean, not that I want to go too further into that, but I am aware, and I'm definitely not fond of what Irwin Winkler is doing. We'll just say, to sum it up, very quickly,
Vampire
I'm
parasite.
Yeah, he's right. I'm just gonna say, I mean, now question is, did Stallone cover his ass properly? I don't know. We don't know. I'm still waiting for more details to comment on
The
that.
thing that
but
bugs me about it is that he lashed out at Dolph Lundgren, and Dolph Lundgren, being the cool cucumber that he is, said, I haven't seen a script. I don't know anything about it. I assumed my friend Sly Stallone, knew about this and was part of it. So, yeah, it's kind of a screwed up deal.
it's a screwed up deal. I'm waiting for more to come out before I have a few opinions, but they're not definitive, finalized. I'm definitely like overall not fond of being spin off, because it just, once again, it just feels like another property that's gonna be neutered. But that'd be a topic you and I could gladly talk about for another day.
Because he's like, hey, Dolph Lundgren, I can't believe you did this to me.
Yeah.
So here's a thing. Why does the police squad here have a Q? They have a Q type character.
They have,
Oh, I thought you meant Q like Star Trek, not James
No,
Bond.
no, like as in Bond.
The
They've already had
quartermaster.
they've got the Bond villain, and now they've
Swiss Army.
got a Q.
they got a Q guy, but they got their cartoon character where it's a tall human being where you don't see the head of the human being.
Here goes
Oh,
the
Ed,
door.
yeah.
Ed, huh?
you just see, but you see.
Is that George Kennedy?
George Kennedy, yeah, he was so good in these.
He's
well.
great. He's so
actor.
Fun.
Oh,
And again, really good at those years of straight roles, hard men, heavy men, villains, and then he's just so good in this comedy.
Foaming at the mouth scenes.
Yeah.
But I think Drebin takes up a notch when he puts his the wrong eye, and the eye he puts into looking through that microscope, and he puts his closed eye. And he looks up and you see he was looking with the closed eye the entire time.
Fine work, dude.
It's so funny, man.
We tested pure heroin. Right? We can't let personal feelings get in the way.
We can't let personal feelings get in the way. Oh man.
I know. It's seriously how it takes really good comedy to be able to make you watch it and still get the same type of laugh, especially when you anticipate the moment. Oh yeah,
yeah, it's that much more fulfilling.
Oh, it really is. That's when you know it's a comedy.
Schmear.
I mean, that's the difference really between a good comedy screenplay and a not very good comedy screenplay. Is a good comedy screenplay just rolls,
I think that name slips by a little bit, Mr. Pap Schmear.
Yeah, I know.
Mr.
He comes back
Pap Schmear.
Pap Schmear.
Pap Schmear.
It's good that you mentioned that whole pop schmear thing, because that's something I did not piece together until my girlfriend brought that up recently. I'm like, oh.
That's what that is.
Oh.
Nick, I love that you interrupt every single scene with your fair use notice. That's awesome.
Oh, we have to. I used to.
We've been
YouTube is so crazy right now.
Yeah, we've been troubled before.
Oh, I have gotten hit so many times.
I reached my 1,000 subscribers and like 6K view hours for 28 days. And then I got 2 emails from YouTube going, yay, congratulations. And then I got a third one saying, you're not monetized. They wouldn't tell me why.
Wow. Yeah, the monetization stuff is very fickle, and I know what happened, especially, I'm sure you heard what happened to Echo Based Network too. They got demonetized, so it sucks. Man. Yeah, I don't know.
I got a notice in my my YouTube channel membership that said that your channel membership to Echo Based Network is paused, and I was like, damn, what did these guys do? These are the nicest guys in the world.
Yeah, they're not controversial at all, and it just shows you how flimsy the whole thing is. That's why, but also those guys, I think they're, despite whatever happens, I think they're going to be okay, because they're definitely not the guy who lay all their eggs in one basket. And as we have this very fulfilling scene happen where Nordberg takes many more hits, and he takes an ass full of face, or sorry, a face full of ass.
Ass full of face. I love that.
It kind of works both ways.
TM. I'm going to TM that.
But I like how Drebin is treating the pillow on his face like it's a wild animal trying to
Rocky 7, an ass full of face.
Yeah, remember that, guys. Ass full of face right here, and he's clearly up when it's happening too. All right, this is Flu $75 says, for your cosmic brownie cereal to munch during your next movie. Well, thank you for $5, miss. How you doing? Hopefully you and the Toxic Man Flu are well and enjoying this Toxic Tuesday edition. But man, that is so ridiculous how he handles that pillow, gets his ass all over Nordberg's face and runs after, and then it leads to a great chase scene, because it leads to
it's not just that. Like, you have a doctor that rips a cop out of his car and says medical emergency, which is a complete twist on what the cop does when they say police emergency. They take someone out of their car.
Oh yeah, that is, yeah, you're right.
I remember watching Police Squad on TV and going, there's no way this is, good enough. I mean, as far as the censors go for prime time, I couldn't believe the stuff they got away with.
They did show it pretty late night in the UK when I was still living there. It was a late night show.
It was a huge hit in the United States.
Well, it's funny. It's just so funny.
It was kind of
the word on the street
show.
what's the word on the street?
Teen driving school.
Nick, how many seasons did Police Squad go? Was it 3?
Not too
I think
many.
they only made
got
6
six
episodes.
episodes.
Yeah, 6. I thought it was like
episodes.
six or 8 episodes. It could be 6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was not long, but
It was more of a
because
film
it was
thing.
aired in a weird time slot, and it was one of the
That
few
doesn't
shows on
look
television
like
that you
Leslie
had
Nielsen.
to watch.
Wait. Back up. Who's that guy?
what? Are you talking about the guy?
He looked like Lloyd Bridges
That's not
there for a
Leslie
minute.
Nielsen, is
He
it?
looked like Lloyd Bridges.
It does look like Lloyd
It
Bridges.
did look a little like him.
All right, what were you saying? Script?
The Police Squad was aired during the day. It wasn't actually a primetime show.
Okay.
And Leslie Nielsen went on record saying, like, he found out, like, oh yeah, it was aired during the day. The people that did watch it really liked it, but so many people that had it on television weren't actually paying attention to it because they're doing chores and things, and they never understood the comedy or the joke, and they didn't realize it was a comedy show.
And because it wasn't in prime time, it didn't get that market share.
That was also another part of it too. Like they tried it out prime time for like 1 episode, and nobody tuned in because it was up against another.
Well, of course not.
popular
If
show.
you put it in the death slot
And
on Friday night at 9 o'clock.
It wasn't a
nobody's gonna
Friday
see
night
it.
thing. It was a Wednesday or Thursday.
But it did give them a chance to try out the format and the jokes and the setups and develop the characters a little bit. Now,
they got
that's,
the show because of Airplane.
John
Okay, wait a
Houseman,
second.
famous old actor
Back
John
up one
Houseman.
frame. Back up one frame.
Hang on, I gotta try to figure
All I
out
know
how to do
is
that.
this scene. Every time I
Give me a
see this
second.
scene, it reminds me of the first time I ever went on a one-way in a town I used to live in, and I got pulled over going on the opposite side of a one-way, and I got out of the ticket, not even a warning. And I said, "Oh, I'm not from around this town. I swear I didn't know like this was a road, so it was just an honest mistake." And yeah, I got let go completely. But that's what this scene reminds me of, because you don't forget when you make your first mess up on a one-way, especially when it leads to a pullover immediately.
Well, I live in a college town in Lawrence, Kansas, where the University of Kansas is, home of the Jayhawks. And there's one
It's a really good band.
There's one street that goes one way for like, I don't know, 10 or 12 blocks. And then the next street over goes the other one way for 10 or 12 blocks. And I happened to be present when this motorcyclist was going the wrong way. And he, went up to like 60 miles an hour. Just like, and hit a car. And the guy went flying like Mad Max style for 60 feet and ended up just a red stain.
Ooh,
It was really, really gruesome.
damn, dude, that's crazy.
Anyway, I thought that might lighten the mood.
Nah, don't get that. Well, anyways, back on this scene. It's funny to see her now get all excited because once she flipped off the truck driver, now all of a sudden she's got her confidence boost of being that driver and just going for the speed. I laughed my ass off at this one. So
They
funny.
got another famous old serious actor, John Houseman, playing the driving instructor here. It's very
Look, it's
dignified
got the,
old actor.
the tire ripper coming out.
Yeah, it looks like a Batman device. If he's
I
trying
just
to
got
capture
done
a
playing
villain.
Car Wars, so yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's appropriate because look at his face. He looks like he's about to explode into a fireworks building because he goes through quite a few explosions. He should have
That's an
died
aqueduct.
immediately. He should have died at this first thing right here. But the fact that he lives on. Once again, it's just go. With
Leslie
the
Nielsen's
ridiculousness.
like, "Do you need a ride?"
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh my
there just
God.
happens to be a tank with a missile. Yes.
That tank looked very odd from an
Missile
angle.
launcher.
And the fact that when he nails into the particular building, it literally goes off because of course it did. Like, of course fireworks went off at the fireworks building. Of course
Yeah.
it did. So freaking ridiculous. Yeah, that's
All the
a
windows are shot out. All he's got left is the Slim Pickens riding the nuke.
And then history was made. You know, like, oh man, imagine that your first, Drive a Red Drive. You get to go level into a one-way building where you almost hit a truck. Then you get involved with a cop, and then you almost like get involved in this whole spiel. Like, holy shit! Like,
but really, Frank Drebin should have been in Team America because, like them, he wrecks everything wherever he goes.
Yeah, that's true.
No, Frank Drebin is his own, unstoppable force.
It's force of nature.
Where Frank Drebin goes, mayhem just absolutely occurs.
Nothing to see here. Nothing.
Oh yeah.
Please disperse. Nothing to see here.
Oh God! Where he walks around, he's contemplating his whole life situation.
Why was he trying to kill Nordberg, and for whom?
Then you've got the noir element
of
the narration.
And then the whole "how did I get here?" And then you see he's like so far away from where
he's out in the middle of nowhere. Where was I?
Look at that expression.
I love Toxic Tuesdays.
Glad I do too, man. That's why I'm 52 episodes. I was gonna say deep, but
that's a whole year, dude.
Strong. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it is. That is. It's a
happy anniversary.
Well, thank you. I mean, there's a few weeks we had to skip because life situations, but yeah, overall, this is technically a year's worth of episodes. It feels awesome, man.
Might as well celebrate now.
Oh, dude, we're gonna be kicking. We're gonna celebrate probably once like the big 100. We're gonna celebrate super fat. So.
I realized
do something classic for
on my channel that I had 72 episodes of Into the Fringe, my paranormal / UFO show.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, wow, that's like over a year. That's like 2 years. Wow.
Dude, Joe's atmosphere, that is great. That is hilarious. That's a scene you want to have. Oh, I love it. Oh, man. He does some mighty flips. Like it's so ridiculous. He's like a gymnastics like player, like the way he does these flips, and then he sees what's her face, the Jane, and this scene. If I recall correctly, he says like he needs to get something more comfortable. He really just went from a suit to another suit. Is all that he did. Okay, so there was something like that there. Okay, so I wasn't crazy. I'm like, did you really just do that? He just went from a suit to another suit. Like, what was the difference?
Can I interest you in a nightcap? No, thank you. I don't wear them. At least pot roast.
Look at
so sexy.
How
can I just say here, Priscilla Presley was so beautiful, and I'm suddenly spacing on her daughter's name.
Lisa Marie.
Lisa Marie Presley was just smoking hot. Crazy as a loon, but smoking hot.
I wouldn't know, but I believe you. I believe you, Cardinal.
I mean, not that I know them personally, but
no, you're good. You're good. You know, I know when I thought about this scene too, because we see them talk. They're getting all emotional for each other, and of course it leads to this ridiculous scene. But when they lead to the body condom, I don't know, and I never looked into it. But was that a response to the whole AIDS outbreak because the whole safe sex thing? I was like, that has to be. Still freaking hilarious because before I ever saw this movie when I was much younger. When I was in school, and they used to always talk about condoms and practicing safe sex and all that stuff.
Yeah, wish they do that now.
And I remember challenging the teacher at the time who was trying to teach that. I'm like, well, why don't you just like wear like 4 layers of condoms, or better yet, just wear like a body condom? And I was obviously joking at the time. But then all of a sudden I put on this movie, a few weeks or months later after I say a comment like that, I'm like, oh crap, they actually
predicted the body condom.
Yeah. Well, I just happened to like know it. I was just like, whoa, that's weird. I mentioned it in class, and now I'm watching a movie where they actually have a body condom. So ridiculous to see.
Priscilla Presley has that weather lady hair, it frames her face, and she's just so beautiful.
Such a toxic I love it.
If you don't mind me being toxic.
Chorus.
Oh yeah, Chicago. I think
don't recall her playing an instrument.
Talk about a way to make it unemotional.
She was on the road 300 days.
Days of the year.
He's not had a lot of luck with the ladies, Frank. He hasn't had a lot of luck.
Boy finds girl, boy
Cops
loses
and women
girl.
don't mix. It's like
Girl
eating a
finds
spoonful of
boy.
Drano. Sure, it'll clean you out, but it'll leave you hollow inside.
Girl dies in a tragic.
Oh,
yeah.
no.
Was it
No.
Goodyear? Was it Goodyear?
No, not really.
It's like a reference to Black Sunday. You remember Black Sunday?
No, I don't.
Yes.
It's
yes.
the movie
Tell
where
me.
the Goodyear blimp goes over the Super Bowl and
Yeah.
wacky hijinks ensue.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh, dude, yeah, here
Oh,
we
yeah.
go.
Glow in the dark condoms.
Where he just rips his
He
frickin'
rips his
tux-
suit off.
It just comes off like a tearaway. It's quite hysterical.
Oh,
Here we go.
Dude.
Uh-oh. Okay.
I wonder how many times they had
Getting
to
busy.
shoot that till it actually worked right.
Oh yeah, true.
He's got a nice tankard collection in the background as well.
You know, just that much of Priscilla Presley is enough to send me into handsprings.
What's hysterical
body
is just the
condoms.
reservoir tip on the top.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh man.
Look at the size of the packet.
yeah, that's a.
They're
But
called
that's-
Titans, I think.
That's
Is
a
that Titans
perspective
or-
gag, of course, because they're probably just small packets. But
Go ahead, script.
I think is the brand called Titan on there. I
think
can
it
only
said
give it
that.
TAN.
I think it said
Hang on.
Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, one
roll.
one rolled latex condom with something reservoir.
Special
Oh,
reservoir. Special.
One
classic-
reservoir
the
full
classic
latex condom.
clothesline. The classic clothesline where they're all having fun, because now that they're basically in love with each other, even though she's kind of using
Just
him.
holding their hands in a clothesline.
Nick, what year did this movie come out?
1988.
Oh man. What a great year for movies.
Incredible year. I was a freaking infant when this movie came out, but
No
I
way.
discovered it when it came out.
I saw
later
this in the
life.
theater.
Did you really?
Yeah,
You're
me
just
too.
a young'un. You know
Me
that, don't
too.
you?
Oh, dude,
You're
I was
just a young'un.
I was a butterball fat ass when I was a baby. Like seriously, you could roll me around like a bowling ball.
You were
That-
probably a terror tot.
Oh, actually, I was.
Do not
I'm-
come.
I
Dude.
expect nothing less.
No. Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna give you guys a history lesson, and I promise I will not take 800 minutes. But I had an aunt of mine when she was 9 months pregnant. I ran out of the house at 1 year old in Chicago on the streets of Chicago. She chased me in the streets of Chicago, and I actually made it back to her house without her getting me in Chicago. So that's not the area where a 1 year old should be running around, and a 9 month pregnant woman should be chasing a 1 year old. But it happened. Apparently, I did that. Apparently, I knew how to get back home. That
That sounds
part
very
that's
Chicago
impressive.
to me.
It's actually pretty funny.
It's like that sounds like Chicago to me. Yeah, that's
Yep.
about right. 9 months
Platoon.
pregnant woman chasing after a 1 year old toddler who's gotten away from her, yelling him get back to the house. Yeah, that's totally.
I'm just amazed that I knew my way back at 1 year old. That's like wow. That I really caught on to Chicago way
that's
that
like
quickly.
smarter than most dogs.
And here it is, the most clothesline.
Clothesline.
Wabap.
I've tried
Oh.
to convince my girlfriend to do that with me, to clothesline other people while riding on the beach. She won't.
We got a surfer coming in. Come on.
Oh man, seriously, that's romance. And yeah, I guess yeah, jury's out. It was the most romantic. Yeah, right. Platoon, they came out laughing at Platoon. That was ridiculous.
You're not just saying it because we exchanged bodily fluids?
Can I interest you in a nightcap?
No, thank you. I don't wear them.
I like
the
how it
music
does.
video.
Oh, yeah.
Hermits.
The music video. I'm like, what is this, MTV? I remember I saw that. I'm like, I thought it was like MTV or something. Oh,
Women's
man.
intuition. He's got lipstick.
Dude, yeah.
Well, they're eating those
yeah,
delicious peanut things. I can't remember what they're called, but
when he opens the car door, and you see an ocean of them fly out. Oh man. Hey, what's up, Eric? I had a fart that's smarter than most dogs. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, okay. Gotta calm myself down now. What do you yeah, this whole spiel where he goes up to the house and he destroys the hell out of the evidence, and it leads to a certain well, I would say arresting, but he definitely got he got chewed out by the boss because he gets chewed out by the boss because he does some damage.
Search and seizure, yeah.
Yes, thank you. I wanted search and seizure, but this freaking scene, this may be one of my favorites in the movie because how everything played out, from the destruction, the fact that at first he was succeeding, trying to save the place, and then also once it went full destruction, he just committed to the destruction.
He's supposed to be being
Certainly
quiet.
burns the evidence he needs.
He's supposed to be quiet, yeah.
Yeah, at first he was making progress. He's catching the vases falling down, everything. He looked all cool and slick. But then once failure happened, it was just a whole whirl of it. It was a whirlwind of failure after that.
There go the flames. I love it when the mayor chews them out for shooting the guys in the park.
Some of them were actors. Good ones.
Good ones. Well, I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy.
I don't
shoot the bastards.
Shoot the bastards, yeah.
Thank you. All right. I guess I got to share this because, well, it's kind of basically my sworn duty. But I think this is DiGiorno. I think it's DiGiorno. Yes.
I'm eating pizza
Stella.
too.
Dude.
Oh, wow.
My man.
Need some more pepperoni, though.
I just have to cut in here and say,
Hawkins cheesies.
I've had just enough to drink. Yeah. I haven't had too much. I haven't had enough. I have just enough. Leslie Nielsen is an actor that spent 47 years of his career as a straight man, like Forbidden Planet. In the last, 11, 12 years of his career, he just totally went nutball comedy. And that's not easy to do. Like I said before, there are a lot of dramatic actors that can't pull off this kind of physical comedy. And it just came very naturally to him.
Well, Leslie Nielsen has always been a funny person, but the thing is he wanted to be a serious actor. And the other part is he was so good as a serious actor that when he did go for comedies at the time, nobody would believe that he could do it. Yeah. And it wasn't until the Zuckers got a hold of him and said, hey, listen, you're not in a comedy. Just act like you're not in a comedy. And that was an Airplane. And just kind of just opened it up to the point where people were like, oh, my God, he could actually do comedy as well.
Script doctor, you're not wrong.
It's like they should have given him, wait for it, a chance. If they just say, hey, let's see what his chops are and look what the fruits of the labor produce. A whole vandalized room.
And I mean,
with a hell of an exit.
These movies were really, really popular, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, they got 3 of them in a very close time to each other.
Was he in Hot Shots?
No, Lloyd Bridges was in Hot Shots.
Lloyd Bridges, okay, yeah.
But he did 3 Naked Gun movies. He did Spy Hard. He did Dracula Dead and Loving It.
Yep.
He did. I didn't remember that. Was that the Richard Benjamin one?
I think it was, yeah, wasn't it?
It was. I think it was.
Richard Benjamin was Love at First Bite.
Oh, right, yeah.
So this movie took about 150 million worldwide.
In '88, which is pretty good.
That's a lot, man. That's a really good,
Well, was
comedy.
Was it probably only domestically released at the time too, if not very minimally.
There was it probably showed in the UK.
Probably hit the UK and most parts of Europe at the time.
English-speaking countries.
12 million budget estimated, so that's a 10 times or more.
Yeah, if it had a $12 million budget, it totally produced.
But I went to see it in the cinema in the UK because
I'm gonna let you guys.
Airplane had been a huge hit.
I'm gonna let you guys have it with this scene. I'll be back in like 1 minute.
Oh God, they're trying to escape from.
Okay, everybody
Burning
talk
building.
shit on Nick.
We do that all the time anyway.
I know.
There's nothing else to say.
Script Doctor.
Yes.
It is a singular pleasure to be on the same panel with you. I'm a big fan.
Oh, thank you.
I agree with just about everything you have to say. I am a classically trained screenwriter. I do not have a PhD.
See, that's the kind of acting you want to
However,
be able to do right there.
The University of Kansas is one of the only places that you can graduate with a degree in science fiction. So I do have that going for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I wonder if Leslie Nielsen asked to reshoot this several times.
I'm sure. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the actors did not care too much to reshoot it. Given the
Just like
quite
all
sure
the
I
kissing
nailed
scenes
that
with
one.
Priscilla Presley.
Yes,
I'm
didn't
sorry, I
quite nail
screwed
it.
that up. We got to take it again.
and then he grabs the guy.
It's just brilliantly done. It's like black and white silent movies. That
This looks
Buster
like it's a
Keaton,
riff on
Buster
Temple of
Keaton
Doom.
Well, the best part is he's holding on for dear life and he's struggling, and then that's right when the other woman brings
It's like a
goes out her,
penis.
like peeks out, sees what he's about to do, and she just freaks out even more.
Oh my god, I gotta watch this movie again. These movies are so delightful. Leslie Nielsen is just the greatest.
Well, what's even funnier is that once he gets, recovers to his feet on the ledge, and you take a look at the statue, the the penis is in the opposite direction.
That's right.
He's hanging on to a penis for dear life.
See,
There
there
it
it
goes.
is. It's now up.
I
I
love how
know what's gonna happen here.
Bit in the small side though.
I love how he just I love how he barges right. There it is, the face.
I've got to hang on to something.
I love how he barges in there with it. He doesn't just drop it or like bash the window in to get in, which I could see why if you need to get in, you maybe like the window's shut. But the fact that he holds onto it and then he runs near her, holding that
With
thing in
the
his hand,
concrete
screaming.
dildo.
You know, the funny thing is, these movies would never get made today. These are totally, of their time or whatever, but they're so fucking funny. Everybody's naked or wearing, a bra or whatever, or a full body condom.
Yeah. The funny thing is that the male characters are all seen as incompetent idiots, which is really a very today thing.
Yeah, it's
As
pretty
you
woke.
say, they couldn't make this today. It just wouldn't.
But in this case, you have that happening because the male actors are doing their job.
Yeah.
They're not
trying to be funny. No, they're
the
trying
result of Mary Sue Woman.
All right, let's get the show back on the road. Sorry, I had a minor mic issue and I got it solved. And of course, multitasking with pizza as well. That made it a royal pain in the arse, as the Brits like to say.
It doesn't have pineapple on it, does it?
Better
No,
not.
I'm not one. Oh, look, we're not gonna derail the stream with that. So I want this naked gun here.
You cannot blame me for trying.
No. I shoot the bastards. That's
That's
my
my
policy.
And I apologize up front to that 70s rock fan. That was horrible.
It's fine. I'm used to it, buddy. I hear it all the time.
No.
Pineapple pizza on pizza is
I love this.
abomination.
Uh-oh.
You kill 5 actors. Good ones.
I've unlocked Pandora's
So there was
box.
some bad ones.
Oh, that nasty milk. Oh, was it the freezer? There was like bugs in the freezer and they were like froze over, if I remember.
Judy. No, there's a really funny bit here. He takes a piece of cheese out. He takes a piece of cheese out of the fridge and puts it on top of the fridge, and then later on you see it crawling across the top on its own.
Yeah.
Starts to move on its own.
Oh, yeah. I remember now. Yeah.
It's very subtle, but you see it. Yeah.
Look at that freezer. That's so funny.
Ice.
She just about passes out and she smells it.
So he has a bad thing of milk, thing of mayonnaise from 1982.
It looks like he's got like the multiverse from the MCU in there.
Well, what's shocking is that you'd think she'd have seen this already because she just cooked a pot roast in his kitchen the other day.
And then how old was that meat then?
There's the
pot roast
cheese.
meat.
There it is. Watch that cheese later.
You know, I'll say this, and this is definitely a toxic masculinity point.
Okay.
When you're the producer or the director of the film that you're in, and you get to cast the woman that you're going to be kissing over and over and over for all those takes, it's not such a bad deal.
Indeed. Yeah, the cheese started crawling across the fridge behind him on its own.
I know.
It's just I never noticed it the first 2 or 3 times. What the hell's that going
A
behind
message
him?
from you from Vincent Ludwig, and then he starts shooting. He's like, "Can you try again? I couldn't hear over the gunshots."
I didn't notice that part with the moving cheese. Probably, honestly, I probably several viewings.
Ludwig.
I did not know for a long time. I'm like, oh hey, I just noticed that now, type of thing. I mean, I didn't know the hospital was at the hospital until.
Yeah, I didn't even know the
police
hospital
station
was
is the
there.
police
Yeah,
station.
Hey, come on. Hey.
Hey, no, Adrian, we got a bloody nose scan in place full of
all
smelly meat.
employees got to waste their hands before going back
Toxic
to
waste.
work.
Because
It's
of
before
course
using the
there's
restroom,
toxic
which
waste.
is funny because it's
Hold on.
before using the restroom.
Did that
not
really
after,
say
it's
that?
Before.
Hold on, go back to that toxic waste sign.
I gotcha.
Hang on.
Please, that is something that needs talking about.
That is
toxic
that
waste.
is
Why?
just
There's
gross.
always toxic waste in these scenes.
In a meat packing plant.
Actually, there have been some really good action films that took place in meatpacking plants. I think Jason Statham was in one.
Jason Statham's been in every action movie.
I know, but there's one where he was like in a meat locker and he's like smashing the other guy against the,
That shot there with the
meat.
hand, even though it came out a year before Batman 1989, I saw Batman 1989 first, obviously. So I thought about the Joker hand when Joker fell into the
vat
acne
of
stuff.
chemicals.
Yeah, the chemicals, and I always thought about that Joker hand, even though obviously this movie did it first, but Joker's what came to mind when I saw that.
Yeah.
That's the best part. He accidentally
Oh yeah.
Frisking
Well, what about
He's
this?
like, this man has a picture of your wife. You son of a...
I got rights.
Is it? Oh yeah, this is where the Queen of England arrives too, and it just all goes to
God save the Queen.
absolute shit with saving the Queen.
This is the lady that was like the Queen in everything.
Played it in a lot
She
of
looked
things.
exactly like the Queen.
Oh, was she really like a repeat of the Queen? I did not notice. Damn.
There's a lady that I think is in this film. I could be wrong. And her big deal is that she looks exactly like
Jeanette
the
Charles,
Queen.
yeah, she played the Queen. She made a living out of that, playing the
Yeah,
Queen.
she did it in comedies and just she made her living that way. All she had to do was go hello, hello,
and she's still alive, like the real Queen.
Oh, nice.
Born in 27, so she's
What's
still
her name?
hanging in there. Jeanette Charles.
She's 127.
No, she was
Born in
born in
27.
27.
Oh, okay.
She's mid-90s. Yeah.
So good old 95.
Will she outlive the Queen or not?
That's the question.
Ooh, that's
How long did the Queen Mother live? 103.
She was something like 103.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, King
She
Charles.
even got
just
her,
forget about King Charles.
Her own daughter
She's
sent
gonna go
her
to
a
King
telegram.
Henry.
Hey
King
guys,
Gerry.
just to let you know, I faked my orgasm both times.
That's right.
There's no way I was gonna not. I mean, come on, such a fun.
God,
And she's just like,
even with her cheek pinched, she's so incredibly hot.
yeah, got a rising from it.
Well, yeah, a little cardinal sin rising right now, actually.
Cardinal sin, right? That was good. That was good, Cardinal. That was good.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh, by the way, faked every orgasm. She's so like shocked by it.
By the way, I faked every orgasm.
Oh my god, that was really good. That was really good. That was a good walk-in.
Funny face. Fair use copyright notice. The copyright laws of the United States recognize fair use.
Do you know the fair use walk-in? Do you?
I have to read it. You took it away. Now I'm lost.
Well, walk-in, I guess you're just going to have to roll with the flow, dude, because we see Mr. Drubbin here's going to have a rude awakening with the trumpets, right?
Leslie Nielsen did meet the real queen as well.
Did he?
Yep.
Yeah, in 2005,
and he made fart noises in front of her.
Wait. You're burying the lead. You're burying the lead here.
Did I hear that right, Script? You say did fart noises in front of her?
He has what looks like a pig snout, and it makes flatulent sounds, and he takes that with him everywhere. And every time he meets someone or does something, he lets it go. And he did that in front of the queen, and she just started laughing.
Oh, that is hilarious. See, that is freaking funny that happened.
Leslie Nielsen met the queen and turned it into a fart joke.
Of course, because
because he's saying it's a pleasure to meet, and then he just like pause for a second, squeeze the thing subtly, and then would be coming out of his mouth as he would.
And then she did like a little queef.
Oh no.
Back at you.
This imagine living with this headline for the rest of your life. This damn scene. Oh, okay. So, over the years, I'm just gonna bring it to, I guess, the historical part real quick. This has been talking about how Hollywood has wanted to reboot or continue this for so long, and obviously they've not gotten off the ground, even though they talked about it for so long.
Oh, wait. You mean the creatively bankrupt Hollywood?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So, I want to ask Script. Because I know they were trying to get they originally wanted that one dude from The Hangover to originally be part of the reboot. God,
wait, like Zach Galifianakis?
Whoa!
Not Zach Galifianakis.
Oh, Ed Helms.
Reboot
Ed Helms.
what?
Thank you. They originally wanted to reboot. Obviously, it didn't amount to anything. It didn't go anywhere. But can you imagine this franchise? Can you honestly, Jen? I know you'll be straight with me. Can you imagine this franchise being rebooted without Nielsen? Nielsen just feels too like a glove for me.
Actually, I can.
Well, hold on. Let me let Script finish this one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I can see other people doing it. The problem is you need someone with a creative mindset like the Zuckers and Abram of that time.
Okay.
In order to really nail it. Because someone did try to do a Naked Gun 4 years ago. I actually have the script.
Are you talking about with the son of...
It's not a son. It's
not a
nephew.
son.
It's his nephew.
Oh, the nephew.
You know who I think would be perfect for the Leslie Nielsen role in the reboot of Naked Gun? Henry Cavill. I know that sounds weird, but that guy has got great comic timing.
Can you cite an example of the comic timing?
Sure.
Yeah. I would
in Man from U.N.C.L.E., he was hilarious.
I did not see
I
that.
suppose there's something there. Yeah, that's something to work from. Yeah, I could probably see it.
Oh yeah, I haven't killed anyone since 1984.
He went to the chair 2 years ago.
That
whole section's great because he's talking about journalistic standards and about the fact of making a big fuss about him lying on top of the Queen with her legs around him. It's disgusting the way they splice this stuff, and they call that news.
Please believe me.
He's German, man.
I think if you were going to reboot it, you'd have to have a straight, serious actor again.
Yeah, like a George Kennedy type.
Yeah, it'd have to be someone that was known for not doing comedy.
I think Henry Cavill probably has a funny bone.
He might.
He's possibly a little young for the
I
role.
think that if you're going to reboot a franchise, you want it to have some longevity.
Well, Nielsen brought longevity, and he was a shredded old man, and he was super, super movable. I mean, And the guy, I can imagine his body probably felt like shit after every movie.
Well, I mean, you guys have heard that he's not going to play Superman again, right?
We were just on Midnight's Edge earlier.
Unconfirmed.
It's very, very definitively as unconfirmed as it gets. There's no yes or no. We've heard everything right from
what I saw was that he was out of the loop for Superman. And like I said, based on his Man from U.N.C.L.E. performance, I think that he could be a really good guy to carry on this franchise. I think he's got good comic sense and good chops for comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we would be really surprised at how good he is at this.
I'd have to rewatch Man from U.N.C.L.E. Now I think I have seen it, but I can't remember if I thought it was great. I thought it was fairly good, but I gotta rewatch
He's a diaper dandy, baby. It's Dick Vitale.
Because I did. Of course I enjoyed him in action. Because my favorite thing I enjoyed him in was Mission Impossible Fallout, because I liked him as the mustache villain. I love a good mustache twirling.
The obvious
villain.
I haven't seen any of the new.
Very obvious villain. Yes,
I haven't seen any of the new Mission Impossible movies. I refuse to watch them.
I love them. I think they blew away the original 3 movies.
J.J. Abrams can suck my ever-loving dick.
J.J. Abrams, I'm trying to think. I don't think he was involved.
He did number
with
3, and he's associated
he did number
tangentially
3
with the ones that have followed since. De Palma started it, but he had a tough time with the edit because
Brian De Palma's a god.
Yeah. And not only that, like the entire original cast was signed to come back for that movie, and then all quit because they didn't like what was happening to their characters.
Yeah. Which, I mean, is a sign of real integrity.
Yeah.
No, I totally respect that. I just like how I didn't like the 3rd movie. I didn't even like the 2nd movie.
Oh, the second
I watched that.
Terrible.
It's just basically it's just the late 90s on roids is what that is. It's the late 90s on roids with the ultimate new metal soundtrack, and even at the time when the CG was new at the time, I remember it being terrible and me noticing how bad it was. And I was maybe 12 or 13 when that came out.
God, you're such a youngin'. I forget about that.
Yeah, dude, I'm the baby on the.
You're as Christopher Walken would say, man, you're a diaper dandy.
Yes, but our boy here,
you're just a small tot.
Lieutenant Drebin, not only becomes the national anthem singer, but he also becomes the game's umpire. What historical madness. He went from destroying cars, being in someone's car for a driver ed, to destroying evidence at a place.
Look at that tie.
And he totally looks like
he's wearing a white bow tie.
Was this filmed in Oakland? And what stadium is this filmed in?
Well,
I'm not sure.
It looks crummy enough
It's probably
to be
like
Oakland.
Wrigley Field or something like that.
Well, it could be.
I don't know
What's funny is he doesn't even know the lyrics to his own. Like,
the
character Drebin doesn't know the national anthem.
That's right.
Nobody knows the national anthem.
Yeah,
Ghost Protocol. Yeah.
No, that's the thing for me. It's the second trilogy. I'm not really wild on the first 3. I mean, first one's okay for me, but that's at best. I still have many issues with that first.
Because you don't get why Phelps did what he did. It's like, why?
Bringing John Voight in as a villain was just insanely stupid.
Yes, I do agree with you on that. No, for me, it's all about 4, 5, and 6. But anyways, no more Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible. We could carry on with the Naked Gun, and that's my fault for bringing up.
Yeah, no, they've already greenlighted Top Maverick. 6, 7, and 8, right? Top Gun Maverick.
Well, Top Gun 7 and 8 are coming out. Or sorry, 6 and 7 are coming out back to back.
Of Mission Impossible.
And then 12, 13, 14, and 15, they're still waiting to get greenlit.
Dude, look at that face.
Mumbles lyrics.
Canada.
That's basically what he did. He just mumbled, and the crowd's just like, "What is this guy doing. They're like, everyone's trying to like go with it, and some people are trying to go with it, and some are like, there's something off about all
And not
this.
a single person can arrest him so long as he keeps singing because they don't want to be unpatriotic.
That's right.
Yeah, right. They can't be the guy that ruins the national. Talk about a hell of a dilemma.
And they just start shuffling towards him.
Hey, Nick, I have a quick question about YouTube.
Okay.
You're throwing up this copyright notice every once in a while. Wouldn't that be more important if you were using sound? Or are you just hedging your bets entirely?
They will do it even without sound.
Okay, all right.
They will
God
absolutely do
damn.
it without sound. Yeah. Oh, trust me. You can.
Fucking bastards.
There's
You got to
30
be careful
people-
how quickly the images are.
30
follow each
people in
other.
here.
Yeah.
30 people here in this chat. I guarantee you, at least a few of them have been around long enough to remember when this Toxic Tuesday used to get hit. Sometimes every week. There was a time where I got hit every week during the stream for
I get hit
2
every
months
week
straight.
because of my openings. I have to basically redo all of my openings because the fucking algorithm, like Into the Fringe, for example, one of my shows,
Okay.
finds the audio that I use, and then they throw a copyright notice my way. I send the license back, and then they rescind it. But it still prevents me from getting monetized.
I would reapply. I mean,
Oh no, I've reapplied. It's just
Yeah.
I've got to record the entire theme song all by myself, which is fine. I'm a professional musician. I can do that. But it still pisses me off because I've got a license for that music.
yeah, I know Comics has had the issue as well, and he has license, and he still gets hit too. It's ridiculous, but let's laugh at this glorious baseball scene because yes, Enrico Palazzo did a Beyonce. That is true, and I love the violent attacks that they see on the screen. Like you see the head,
God.
the car, the
Attacked by a
tiger.
tiger.
Ow!
There's so many and even the announcers like, oh yeah.
Not a good
Better
one.
get these pants down now.
Oh man, man, the fact that
The
is
copyright laws of the United States. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. But the fact that he pulls his pants down, he pulls his pants down, and he gets looked at like, whoa. The janitor comes in here.
And then you think about, the character that he played, the captain in Forbidden Planet. It's such a straight role, such a great role. And then, you fast forward to this era of his life when he's just a commanding comedic presence. It's not easy for dramatic actors to pick up comedy. They have to be really good. Script doctor, you got my back on this?
Well, comedic actors tend to have an easier time doing dramatic roles than the other way around.
Yeah. Isn't that what I just said?
To a degree, yes.
And then there's our lovely tiger. I love just seeing how the announcers are so mortified too when they see all the clips happening. It's just like you guys are looking at clips of past scenes. You're just now being surprised by all this.
They're passing a Miller Lite.
Miller Lite, yeah.
God save the Queen.
God,
She
give
needs
her
a Miller Lite.
And that's when the head comes off, I think.
Ludwig gets a finger in his food.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, this is the head. Or is this the hand? A head or a hand? I can't remember. It's one of the
Someone
other.
gets dismembered in one of these.
Yeah.
I know
It
that.
might be a head, actually.
It's the head. It's the head.
Ow.
Strike.
Nick, now, you did that on purpose, man. Come on.
How about that?
That's fantastic.
Did the announcers all have like a weird assembly of names, if I remember too?
Well,
Dugout Donuts.
Dugout done. And then everyone starts spitting.
Well, he finds like a finger in his cot.
Yeah.
It's made of
it's completely out of
rich
nowhere.
Corinthian
It's a ring.
leather.
There's once the game starts, everyone starts spitting like from the fans to the players on both sides of the teams. I think even the wives of the sports players, everyone's just starts saying. I think even the announcers, like everyone just starts spitting like they're chewing tobacco type of thing.
Yeah.
It's so excessive.
What has he got?
So
Like
as
a finger?
Bush says it's the guy from the processing plant that fell into the vat. That's his finger.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's right. Well spotted, Bush. Yeah.
Thank you, Bush.
We thank you for your cooperation.
Bush has been killing it in the chat with his comments tonight. So,
God, look how young Dick Vitale looks. I mean, I've seen a lot of Dick Vitale because I hate sports, but I've seen so many KU basketball games that Dick Vitale has called. Which is where I get the whole "he's a diaper dandy, baby."
I just like how the Queen of England's pitch was like a weird throw, and then went to a literal circle and went shot straight into the pitcher's mitt. Like
that
it was
redhead
like
looks familiar. Who is that redhead?
I couldn't tell you. Maybe someone, maybe 70s script would know. I just know them as the wives of the players, and they're pretty much all.
Oh, I remember this part. This is really funny.
Oh God, him as the umpire dancing around, calling strikes at like 2 miles an hour, and he's basically causing the entire game suspense, and he's trying to basically feel up all the players.
Yeah, this is hilarious.
It's like the Randy Newman music in the background. Montage.
Oh my God! It once again, weird thing. Like you couldn't have him just feeling up a bunch of dudes like, oh man, that's such a phobe scene or something. That's here it is. There's the spitting. It gets so excessive. It makes me almost like it's like the Team America scene before Team America, where Gary Johnson was excessively vomiting. These guys were just excessively all spitting. You're like, there you go.
Players' wives.
They're not nearly hot enough to be players' wives.
Well, I mean, I don't know. 70s. Why don't you tell me about what they're like?
Hey, Adrienne. Hey, Ivan Drago.
She's got some spit on her though.
You know the thing that bothered me the most, by the way, since we're on the topic of Ivan Drago, in the remastered Rocky 4,
Okay.
they removed my favorite line because when they're supposed to go to the middle of the ring and like hit their gloves together, Drago says, "I must break you."
You're saying that? What?
And then Rocky says, "Go for it." But in the remastered version, he took that line out.
Are you talking about in the one that came out last year?
Yeah.
I watched that recently. I don't recall that being taken out. I guess I'll have to watch it again.
Pissed off because that's my favorite line. I mean, that's what drives the story. They're working out in their separate, thing. Ivan Drago has like all the Soviet backing he needs. Rocky's just working out and doing, the hard work. And they finally meet in the ring, and Drago says, "I must break you," and Rocky goes back to his corner instead of saying, "Go for it." That's just, bad juju.
I guess so. But, come on. The pitching here, the fact that freaking Drebin is filling up players, calling good calls, that the crowd loves them, the crowd hates them. And the dance. Dude, 70s, can you do any of those moves?
Oh, I can do them inadvertently, yes.
I might have done it last night.
Every time I'm getting old, every time I get out of bed in the morning, I do those moves, but it's just because until I get my balance.
Those are 70s calisthenics. Come on.
Yeah. There you go. This is me. I can do that.
A little moonwalk.
I'm trying to walk forwards, but that's what it comes out like.
Oh, well, 70s, I'm going to see these moves someday, and I'm going to need receipts for these moves because these are very impressive.
You get 10 beers inside me, anything can happen.
10. All right. I guess that's what's got to be, man.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, we want to see some evidence.
Right.
I haven't had anything to
70s
drink,
does 70s does the worm next.
The only dancing I can do is the robot. I'm good at that.
Are you really?
Yeah.
That's not easy to do.
I've won stuff doing that.
Dude, okay. When we cross paths, we're gonna drink like obviously alcohol, and there's a skip.
You think?
I could be persuaded. I
want to see the robot, but anyways, the infamous the skip that freaking Frank does over.
That's why I was a big fan of when Punk started. I loved it because you could just jump up and down, and pogoing. You could pogo. Great for someone who couldn't dance.
Nick, you must have gotten a lot of copyright notices with all these fair use things you're popping up there.
I did, and I beat all but one. And
what happened then? Tell us all the juicy details.
I'm not gonna go into it. It was just Major League, and I got hit with a copyright claim. I tried fighting it, and then I had to do an appeal, and I lost the appeal. And then it was like, okay, I'm just got to let this go. It wasn't a strike; it was just a claim. So
I'm sorry.
Where it starts.
Losing the appeal, didn't that get you a strike?
No, it didn't give me a
just
strike.
Had to remove it,
right? They just they didn't let the video be monetized at all, and I think they removed it basically.
Yeah, I was gonna say you left it up.
No, it's not viewable, but no, that was a fun one doing the Major League one. That was a great episode, that one. But now we got this Major League here.
Oh, I love it.
It's so well choreographed.
He's like all in his crotch area.
Yeah.
Look at
Now we get the symbols.
I remember this.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this since I saw it in the movie theater.
Oh my God, it's been that long. Wow.
Yeah. But I remember this. He's brushing off home plate.
Gets the dustbuster out later.
Didn't he get a vacuum cleaner at one point too? I think he got a vacuum cleaner too. Oh man, so, this once again, this is it's almost like make a sequel. This is so like risky, or even a reboot, because maybe script has some validation in what he's saying, that you'll need someone who can do all the physical comedy, but it's just like, I feel like they may have captured a moment in here in time that's just like, how do you capture that energy?
Absolutely.
Leslie Nielsen he translated.
And the reason I say Henry Cavill is, he's a brand name superstar, but he's never going to play Superman again, according to everything that I've heard. And I think that he showed his comedic chops
Vaseline
in The Man from U.N.C.L.E.
I got to rewatch that, and then I can decide on that. But the fact that the picture had Vaseline in this,
put a little spin on the ball.
Exactly.
Oh,
the flags.
It's got semaphore.
There it is. The mini
dust
vacuum.
devil.
That's the Dust Buster. That was a big seller in the late '80s. The Dust Buster.
You know, Nick. That's total product placement right there.
Yep.
Oh, of course, of course.
Dust Buster.
The 80s and 90s loved product placement. I mean, Wayne's World 2, anyone? When they would open like bags of Doritos.
That was in the first one.
Oh, was that the first one?
Oh yeah.
I thought that was number 2, or the box of the Pizza Hut. No,
it was Pepsi, ibuprofen, I think it was. Reebok.
It was totally unabashed, product placement.
It was blatantly done as the joke, which was even better.
Oh, of course.
Wasn't Kelly Who in one of those movies?
Kelly, I talk about the one who was Cassandra.
No, Tia Carrere was supposed
Tia Carrere. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mixed up the Admiral from the Orville with the wrong woman.
It's okay.
So what's funny
I've done that
is
too many times.
If you watch a lot of Korean television, which I do, there's still a lot of.
You watch a lot of Korean television?
There's still a lot of product placement in those, for real. So they'll be doing a dramatic scene and they'll go, I feel like an instant coffee. And they'll go over and they get the box and they go, this stuff's so good.
Nescafe.
And now go back to, and then they'll go back to the dramatic scene. It's so obvious.
It's
so
very
obvious.
Truman Showy.
It is. Yeah. And they're looking at the camera like this. Oh, this is good. And they make a show of showing the label and everything.
Is that the Auric?
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know.
Oh my God, that is so hilarious.
The vacuum with the headlight. I remember that.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
I think that was the Auric. Chat, help us out here. Was that the Auric? What vacuum brand
at night,
was that?
in the dark. Don't disturb the rest of the household. Ironically.
Right,
yeah,
that
Nick,
is
I think you're right. I think it is the Auric.
Because I remember when the Auric was new and everyone was talking about it. Like, I remember when I was like, a kid and like parents were probably like, I got myself an Auric. They bragged to like my parents about how they got themselves a new Auric, and I was just like, what's an Auric? What's all this?
And then it was the Dyson ball.
Was that the one that replaced the Auric?
Yeah, and Freeman Dyson's son comes on and talks about, the physics of suction, and they've got the ball at the bottom, and they just suck up everything into the ball.
Nick, you know all about that, don't you?
Well, I am part of the Dix division.
The physics of suction.
The physics of suction. Yes, I pre-mutton chops, Nick. It's been a long time since I have not had sideburns. I'm talking probably not like.
Oh my God! Look, it's UFOs.
Wait, do you mean to say James Dyson? Because Freeman Dyson's the physicist. James Dyson's the engineer with the vacuums and stuff.
That's his son.
No, there's another one too.
The guy that does the vacuum
owns a lighting
commercials is Freeman Dyson's son.
I don't know.
I will bet you any money.
Because I know Sam Dyson, who does the lighting stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And his dad's James Dyson. He has a school in Bath, England.
Okay.
But I don't know if Freeman Dyson...
Well, he must be squeaky clean.
That was good.
So Freeman Dyson he's got 6 children.
And one of them is the guy in the commercial for
one of them's called George. The rest are all girls.
That's right.
And his son George is a historian of science.
All right.
All right, that's it. You owe us a pizza now.
It was a dirty rumor.
Yeah, you go us pizza.
I have to give up my pizza?
Yeah, dude, I want some.
I don't think you guys want it. It's vegan pizza.
Ooh, we can't all be perfect.
It's all pineapple, then. In other words.
With no pineapple.
There's
a throw by the catcher, and now they've got Pearson hung up between first and second.
It's a pickle.
Oh, I love it.
You want to open this jar of pickles for me?
I love that. Then the umpires get involved and they're throwing the ball back at each other. It's ultimate back and forth. And then a fight leads up old school style.
Yeah, a hockey game breaks out in the baseball game.
Well, there used to be a time where baseball fights were actually more commonplace.
Yes.
I think I was actually
in the 70s.
I was at a few Sox games in the 90s where the Sox were some fighters back at the time. They were
I grew up going to Kansas City Royals games. You can't tell me there weren't fights with George Brett.
I'm sure there was. Detroit Tigers, I mean, they're all part of the AL Central, but I'll get you. Oh, man. And this is where it all unfolds. Because then Ludwig uses this obviously as a big... He sees everything starting to play up for the distraction, so he can get obviously
the umpires have got him down.
Oh yeah. Oh, how about that? Ah!
Nick, how many screenshots of this did you take?
Our buddy Marc MarcDwithaC actually did this.
Oh, really?
Is a very, very kind man. And
how many did he provide you with?
Quite a few hundred.
Oh, wow. Okay.
No.
So we're going to be going late into the night on this one. Good.
Oh, the movie's almost over now at this point.
Yes. We're at basically the...
I love these primitive computers they have that have the ventilation in the back.
1,667 files. So there's
Out,
1,667 images.
Safe.
Sorry, I don't know. Maybe my mic's off. There's a
Go ahead and say it,
1,667 images.
1667. That's a number, all right.
Yeah.
Wow.
What happens when the baseball game starts and the cricket match breaks out?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he looks like Donald Trump.
What?
Actually, it looks more like Pat Quinn.
I was gonna say
He was a hockey player back in around this period.
Oh yeah, you're right.
If you put like a red MAGA hat on that guy, he looks totally like Donald Trump.
Look like Pat Quinn. Yeah. Why he would be in this, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Actually,
You can't throw an umpire out.
Hair. He didn't go white until many years later.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And then I think this is where it finally leads to the big fight where everyone starts to have the throwdown with each other, and then all of a sudden, what's his face? Ludwig gets the device going.
He's way up there in the mezzanine.
Of course, the Angels manager is Lawrence Tierney.
Lawrence Tierney, okay.
Reservoir Dogs.
Yep.
Ah, nice.
He's right about that.
All right, so I got
Reggie Jackson is out there somewhere in the field.
Really?
Yeah, and he's wearing glasses, so you can tell it's not a real game.
Hi, Mad. How you doing, dude? Mr. Mad Chismo.
Mad
Mardigan
Chismo
says for $10, whatever happened to the guy who played his partner? Was this his only stab into acting? I thought he was great. Head should roll for not having him in more movies. Anything you want to add to that 70s script?
Does he mean Nordberg?
That's why
it's a very untactful attempt at humor. Nice swing, Matt. Thank you so much for the $10.
Yeah.
Screen captures
His acting career
and
is
motion
over, I think.
clips may not be attributed to the copyright holder.
Yes. Copyright. Yes. Absolutely.
Uh-oh,
I
he's
like
got
how
a
he
gun.
just pockets an Uzi.
An Uzi 9mm.
Ricardo Montalban has a gun.
Don't forget, I had to spend 2 years building this contract there. And then, of course, yeah. What was, man? And of course, our hero is now saving the day. I miss heroism. I mean, we still get a little bit nowadays, but not to the funny extent like this. This is just hilarious.
Like I said, you could make this movie today.
Yes, that's another thing. Let's just say that you do get a Henry in this, and will they let him go the way that Nielsen did, where he's, touching up on statues and then, being the way he is with the ladies? Or
I think he would be perfect for the role. If they ever redid it, Henry Cavill would be perfect.
I haven't seen his movie. Didn't OJ?
It's probably an unpopular idea, but
Mad, you're yes, OJ was the partner who got shut down really early on and beaten nearly to death and took a lot of hits on the way. And anytime he had a chance of recovering, it was, well, more of an ass kicking.
Then he robbed the pawn shop to get his trophy back.
Robbed what?
OJ Simpson?
Oh, is that related to the movie?
No,
really.
That's part of a civil case that he lost, and
Oh.
he had to sell a bunch of his assets, and did a stint in jail.
I was just being historically accurate.
Oh, okay. No, you're good, dude. You're good.
But no, he's in the two following Naked Guns after this. So.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
With much bigger roles.
I didn't know. I saw. I think it was Bush. You mentioned that he was. Was it Bush? Was it you, Bush, who mentioned you were wild about third movie? I didn't mind the third. I wouldn't say I necessarily loved it, but I enjoyed it. Second one too. I enjoyed the second movie.
And don't forget, without these movies, you wouldn't have Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
what was Airplane? Is that the William Shatner one?
Airplane 2, William Shatner is in.
Yeah, I mean, this is groundbreaking cinema.
Well, Airplane and Airplane 2 came before these guys, The Naked Gun.
That's why it's groundbreaking.
Oh, there you go, Zans. He said he loves the 3 movies, and Bush said he liked 2, but didn't like it's all right, man. It's all right.
Why so serious?
Oh, yeah, that's funny, Soul. Soul, I was working when that was announced. I was working at a Borders bookstore when that was announced.
Oh, wow.
And I remember that it was originally supposed to be a Borders exclusive at the time. And I remember, like, the manager was like, do not answer customers' questions about this book. We're told we're selling it, and that's just all that we're doing. I remember thinking, wow, this is a really weird thing that we agreed to selling. And then didn't it get plugged? I thought it got plugged. I thought it got canned, never to be seen or heard from again.
What was the book?
The book was called If I Did It. Yeah,
I think there was also a direct-to-video
right.
companion set of tapes that was also there where OJ...
Yeah, it was like the reason that his Bronco was on a 20-mile-an-hour chase for 4
Cardinal,
hours.
I'm gonna let the script finish. Go ahead, script.
Oh, no, I was just saying, like, there was also, like, some companion VHS tapes that he made as well to go with that book, if I recall correctly, where you toured some of the property that he still owned at the time, of like what happened and where and things like that. It was very, very weird. I only got to see clips of it in college because it was an experiment with regards to it was reality TV going too far, and that was one of the cited examples of it at the time. But yeah, like it was a messed up time for that guy and everything that was affected by it.
Got that right. I remember that particular era. That was a weird era. I think that was the first time I saw a car chase scene going on in real time with OJ. I'm like, whoa, this is weird. Like I'm seeing this, and I'm like, this is what a car chase looks like. It looked like a movie playing out.
It actually looked a lot less exciting than I was expecting it to be. But one thing I do remember is a lot of Ford Broncos were sold later that year because people were like, this gets great gas mileage. It's driving on the highway for hours. It's still going.
Oh, yeah, that's true. You know what? You're right. I remember that now. I remember it was all like, yeah, look at this car. He's still going. And the fact that he didn't stop, you would thought he'd have to like, go pee or something. He didn't have a bathroom break, like unless he, did something in the car he was driving, which is a very, well, we won't go down that route, but it's just like, how did he keep going for as long as he did? But this is not just a fall. This was a fall where he got stomped on and then he got pancaked on. Where he got basically smeared
he
right.
He got hit by a steamroller, stomped on by a marching band, a whole bunch of other things, and then Ed comes up. Is like, my father went the same way, and like that's just the funniest thing.
Yeah. And then someone re-stomped the groin.
Now, in the DVD and even on the Blu-ray and some of the digital ones, they cut the gag where the umpire chest guard gets deflated. And I can't remember if that was done through a pen or if he was shot by Ricardo Montalban's character and it just deflated out, and that's how he got to the hostage part. Because when you watch the movie, at least on those other versions I mentioned, it goes from inflated, and then eventually when he goes to actually hold his gun up against Ricardo Montalban, it's already deflated. Like, well, what happened there? There's definitely a sight gag that's been cut. So I'm trying to remember what it was because I saw it in the theater. I think I'm pretty sure I saw it in the theater, but it's not on any of the physical.
Wow!
But also apparently, in the first time they showed it on network television, they added a few things in, which they do sometimes. I think you've talked about that before, Script, just to pad it out to make the right advert break timings. So they added quite a lot of stuff back in that wasn't in the theatrical version. I've never seen that televised version, but it would be interesting to see. Just what they put in,
Yeah, get a hold of that type of cut because those are cut for half-hour blocks so that they end on directly on the hour, so that they can go into the next programming window.
It would be neat to see which gags they put back in or extra lines.
Yeah.
I saw it, guys. I saw the bot. Yes, don't worry. I took care of it immediately. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Hopefully that thing does not come back. Yeah, I got hit. What was it, Friday, and now tonight. So it's my second time ever. I guess that's a sign that I'm starting to make it in YouTube world. So now there's a two-step process. Now there's the bots, and then after the bots comes being called a NIST or a phobe or an ism, even though you could say something that has no relation to it, but it's just you're just called that. Doesn't matter what logic transcends to that argument.
You got to be careful, Nick, that if you accidentally show the bot on screen instead of removing it, you highlight that chat by mistake and show it on screen. Some people have had problems with being got into trouble for that. Yeah, almost as if, you know, even though that it's an accident, it's a slip of the mouse. When they're trying to remove it, they display it on screen. You can get it. You can get into trouble for that.
That's right. The best way to avoid it is to have go on to the YouTube page itself and pop out the chat, which is a part of the YouTube function, and then just do the removing from the chat instead of through StreamYards. Then you completely avoid accidentally.
That's right. Yeah,
and the occasional fair use notice, of course.
Oh, okay. I will keep that noted. Thank you, Script. That is definitely something important to remember. I must kill. Oh god, the most romantic thing of the entire movie, on top of all the absurdity.
Talk about a jumbotron.
Jumbotron, yes, but man, the fact that you see even the players are all like, "Oh, have it here, bro!" Like
they stop fighting just to hug it out.
Oh, I see. Thank you, Darius. Thank you for killing off the bot. I see now that was you, sir. Thank you very much for that. Stupid things.
Priscilla's got a gun.
Utensils. Quickly, yeah, utensils.
Must kill Frank Drebin.
You can't. You love it. Oh, dude. When
I remember this. I totally remember this.
You know what's even more notable? The term topsy-turvy. That was such a 80s, 90s thing that people said.
It's such a topsy-turvy world out there. You know. You got to be careful.
Yeah, Vince. I know it's all part of the game, but what are you gonna do? I'm just gonna do my best to play the game and just conquer the bots. And thankfully, I got mods like Darius to kill them off. But nah, this is a nice, simple ending where basically we all know what happens there. They're back in each other's hands, and she gives up the gun. Yeah, she gives it up. It's all good.
You broke the programming.
She's crying.
And the bad guy's done for. Ludwig got killed and then some.
Yeah.
Actually, this has become a big meme. I don't know if you guys have been to, huge sporting events since the pandemic, but the kiss on the Jumbotron has become a meme all in and of itself.
You mean they still do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
They see two people kissing, and they just immediately, the Jumbotron has it covered.
Oh, I thought you meant like the kiss cam where the camera finds you and then you're put up on the Jumbotron and then you kiss.
And then you have to kiss.
Yeah. And then,
it's funny when they don't.
It's funny when they don't, or it's even funnier when the couple holds up a sign and they say, "We're brother and sister, we're not doing that."
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They don't know the two brother and sister. Yeah.
The Saudi and the Orthodox Jew.
Oh man, no. Overall, though, absolutely insanely entertaining movie, and
Mailman and the dog. Yeah.
Can't we all just get along?
All right, chat. Go ahead and give your scores for this one. I'm definitely not gonna rate it really high myself on toxicity, but I'm just gonna say like it's just overall fun, ridiculously over the top movie that's shameless in what it does, and the fact that it could there's our boy there, Nordberg. And Nordberg, this isn't it for Nordberg. He gets one more ending.
Is that O.J. Simpson?
Yes.
Yep.
Wow.
Bad things happen in threes for good old OJ as he takes not your casual fall down.
Hey, at least he was in Capricorn 1, man. That was a great movie.
I haven't seen that Capricorn in a long time.
Yeah.
But I freaking love this movie. The fact that
they remastered it in 4K, by the way. Not to get off topic, but
no, I'll have to look into it. But for me, I love the hell out of this movie, and the fact that I can watch every time and still laugh the way that I do. And Frank Drebin is a hell of a character. Like what
Jerry
a
Zucker.
great idea of a character to make. And
people who acted in the movie. Weird Al Yankovic is in this?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's in.
Did I miss that in the 12 minutes before I came on?
You may have. It was pretty early on. It was
I'm a
fairly early
huge
on.
fan of Weird Al Yankovic. I love Weird Al.
No, Weird Al is awesome.
I forgot the mayor was Nancy Marchand, who was in the Tony Soprano's mother.
Oh,
I forgot she played that Livia.
oh.
Keep Vital. He's a type of dandy, baby.
Capricorn one, yeah.
Now
Capricorn
now
one's
they're
brilliant.
giving people credits by the quote.
Yeah.
Nordberg for movies, Nordberg in the show. Yes, preach it. Anyway, oh yeah, I love how they have the quotes. So they didn't list them by name, but just by the one quote that they said. I thought that was such a nice touch in the movie. I remember when I first saw, I'm like, dude, that's hilarious. They just list them by their quote. But I love this movie. I even enjoy its sequels as well. But obviously, for me, the first one is still the best one for me, and just a fun, good ride of 85 minutes of debauchery and greatness. So yeah,
Debauchery.
toxicity.
Debauchery.
Yes, thank you. I'm gonna go with a 4. I guess we'll go a 4 for toxicity, but I'm gonna go with a 8.7 out of 10 for the merits of the great movie.
Okay, wait. Nick, are you doing a scale between 1 and 10?
2 of them.
2 scales between 1 and 10?
Yes, there's the toxicity scale and there's the greatness scale.
Okay,
this
so
is
if you're
how we
doing a
roll here.
scale between 1 and 10,
okay,
you can choose positive integers only. Otherwise, if you say like 7.7, that's 77 out of 100. Mathematically. I don't mean to be a wet blanket, but
well, I'm gonna be
talking about
wetter
whole
blanket.
numbers.
move it down to 7 or move it up to 8.
I'm
No, I
gonna
think
go
we'll
by.
just stick with what we were doing,
I'm
I
gonna
think.
go by 8.7. I don't think I will.
87 out of 100.
Sure.
All right.
Anyways, that's where I'm at with the movie. Where are you at, 70s?
Toxicity, I'd probably give it a 6 out of 10.
What do you think makes it that? Because you get a higher score than me.
I think some of the sexual jokes you probably would have a little bit of trouble with now, unless they were done in a non-cis way. So I think there's a little bit of
Beirut.
I think there's a little bit of I think just some of the sexual jokes, sexual innuendo would be not seen as quite like the boobs and all that, you know. I mean, that's all.
What
stuff
happened
I'm
to
trying to
boobies in movies?
Exactly.
there.
So, and I think from a greatness scale, though, I mean, it is a fantastic comedy. I absolutely love it. I think the baseball at the end kind of drags on for 5 minutes too long for me. You could have nipped a few bits out of that, but otherwise, I think it's a 9 out of 10 for me.
Okay.
Wow. 9 out of 10.
Yeah, that's what
Holy
he's at.
cannoli.
What do you think?
I've always loved this movie.
Well, Cardinal, what do you rank out 1 to 10? How toxic is this movie for y'all 1 to 10?
Well, like I said, I don't think this movie could be made today.
Okay.
It would get canceled because of this ridiculous cancel culture. And by the way, since it's my turn, and I've obviously had just enough to drink, I think that cancel culture is the worst form of bullying. I've always said that.
Yes.
It's the worst form of bullying, and this movie could not come out today and be successful unless it was on a streaming service like HBO or HBO Max or whatever the hell they're calling it. As far as toxicity, I think I'd give it a solid 7.
Okay. Wow. Okay. All right. Now, what about the movie on its own merits? Where you stand with that?
I love this fucking movie.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10 also.
All right. 9 out of 10. Killer, dude. Thank you. Script. Go. You know how this game goes. You've watched
I
the
do.
show
Now,
enough.
I don't usually do a numerical rating system because I find that weird, but I definitely do stuff on recommends. So, like,
Okay.
number one, overall in this movie, I strongly recommend it. It's a great comedy. You literally can show this to anyone from 5 and older because they'll miss all the innuendo jokes, but they'll get all the other slapstick and physical stuff, and it doesn't do any harm to a kid's. And in fact, it braces them for some of the more serious things that happen later in their life. For that, on a toxicity level, I would say it's fairly toxic because you have a very manly character in Frank Drebin, who he's confident in what he does. He likes to pull out his gun and shoot things, so there's a toxicity point right there. He proposes to the woman he's been dating for maybe a week and a half. So I mean that's pretty badass right there, and she says yes. And he's also so dedicated to his work that he kind of like, he's in the underdog position where he's not romantically inclined because it's work above women. But then he meets the one girl that's like, I'm willing to give it up for you. That's a pretty toxic behavior, I would say, because there's nothing more toxic than basically saying I'm taking this woman and she's taking me, and we're gonna go back to my place and open up a pair of Titans and get nasty.
He's a private dick.
Go ahead, finish script, or is that it for you?
That's pretty much it. I mean, it definitely does feel comfortable in the whole Toxic Tuesday pantheon of things because it has all those aspects to it. I mean, even the action hero parts where he's got to save the queen and he burns down the bad guy's office and like all the fights that happen throughout there, and the jokes itself just break the tension that could otherwise be a very serious movie if they wanted.
Yes, good point.
So definitely a good toxic entry into the film archives there.
All right. You make a good point before I read the chat scores. Script, you made a really good point on the whole thing about comparing for like a kid could watch it, but without having certain things fly over their head. That's a really good thought there. I'm like, wow, I never really put that into perspective like that. So that was a really good thought there. That just definitely kind of blew my mind a little.
Because even like the giant condom things, like the kids aren't going to know what that is. They're just going to think those two people are dressing up and just making it up.
I know, right?
They're not going to get what's going on at all. Like it's just not going to register.
What are condoms? Adrian, help me out with this.
But they never mention the word. And then on top of that, how many kids are really going to be reading what's on the screen? Like they're not going to pick up this is the police station, this is the hospital, this is the city hall. Like they don't pick up on those stuff. They care about what they can hear and the interactions between the characters. So you've got there's a lot there that as a parent, I'm not a parent, but like if you were a parent and you had you did your job right, had a kid with a good head on their shoulders, they could enjoy all the normal stuff of this film and completely not realize the rest. And then if they go back to it years later when they're a teenager,
they'll catch a whole different
a
level.
whole new movie all over again. It's like watching it for the first time again and have greater appreciation for it. I know that happened.
And
for me.
that's the standard of a great film.
Hold on, let's script finish.
Oh, no, that's okay. Like, yeah, I saw it as a kid. A bunch of other people in here definitely have seen it when they're under 15 years of age, most likely.
I haven't.
Except for
I was over 15 already.
He was already he was in the perfect like sweet spot of like I could see this when it came out in theaters and get everything.
But it's got so much in it that you can. There's always something new to pick up. Just a little something in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right.
What about you, Nick? What's your rating?
Oh, I already gave it.
We'll give it again.
I give it 9 out of 10 for the merits of the movie. And a 4 on toxicity, but
4.
Yes, but you guys definitely at the time I did, but you guys brought some stuff into perspective that I'm like, what? The kind of point, but I'm not going to backtrack because that just kind of looks bad. So I'm not going to do that.
You're just going to double down.
I think is you guys make good points, and I'd say they're better than my own points. There, I say it's just more of. I think I should just keep it at what it is and accept that maybe I just had the lesser of all the
it's really a matter of you know, how many of these wonderful people have watched the film and have, you know, expressed enjoyment, and you know, it's totally like a thing of beauty. But I'm surprised that after hearing all of our stunning commentary and the points given, that you won't, you know, edge up just a little.
No, well, I gotta own it. It's kind of like, you know, you had the L on the score, just take the L. But no, I said Vince 8.7 for the merits of the movie. Sorry, yes, correcting myself here. And it was 4 on toxicity. I've been up since
Wow.
I've been up since 5:30 a.m. So forgive me.
Oh boy, yeah.
I'm not saying to excuse my actions. Just all I'm saying is just, you know, I'm gonna say a few consistent statements. So
I think I agree with
me.
Diesel. Toxicity 6, overall 9.
Yeah, so
like
Diesel with that one. Rob Altus with Toxicity 5, overall 8.8.
Pretty close.
Soul Assassins is it's a Leslie Nielsen film, so 10 out of 10. Zanzolta movie 10 out of 10. I had to see if I catch it anywhere. Toxicity, face on ass, ass on face. That was really good. Yeah.
That was so funny.
I'm glad that cover brought laughs. And then Diesel, Toxicity 6, overall 9. Vince Womack, score 8.3. Toxicity 4. Oh, hey, he was with me on that one.
You know,
Bill's
pretty
Atmosphere, Toxicity 6, overall 12
out of 10.
See you, Joe.
Nice. What's up, Joe?
Nice use of fractions.
I can't wait, Joe. We'll have to get you on here as a guest sometime as well. Boosh, 6 concrete dodos out of 10 for Toxicity. 9 out of 10 overall. Wasn't all that toxic, but gut-bustingly funny. I can tune at any point and go, no, you are right, Boosh.
That's a great point.
Boosh has been killing it with all the comments, and he is right as ever with that one. And Toxicity 6 overall, 10 Corinthian leather, 500 500 hell, man. You guys are
rich Corinthian leather. And by the way, I don't know if you guys know this. There's no such thing as Corinthian leather.
No.
Rich or otherwise.
Oh. Anyways, chat. Thank you guys for being here, and thank you guys for sticking around too. You sat through a lot of this craziness, and I appreciate it. Next week we'll be talking Airplane, and that is gonna be fun. So
I can't wait.
It's gonna be huge, and yeah, I thank you guys for the support. I thank you for the direct donations. I thank you for the super chats as well. And I'm gonna now plug the boys for their channels. So I'll let Cardinal go first. So, sir, what do you got coming up this week?
Thank you. I have Into the Fringe tomorrow with Gary Ambrosia. We're going to talk about UFOs, UAP, his experiences at Area 51 in Rachel, Nevada. There are just some crazy things that he got on film that we're going to show for the first time. UFO wise. He is a great actor and a movie producer and director, and he's done so much great stuff. He's on IMDb, and oh my gosh, that's tomorrow. That's almost today. I got to get ready for this show.
Yes, you do.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
No, hey, Cardinal, thank you for coming on.
Thanks
it was a pleasure.
for having me.
Nice to see you again, and
yeah,
may our paths cross again someday. And I'll definitely make sure I come by on your channel soon. All right?
Sounds great. I had a great time.
Thank you. And Script Doctor, I know you don't really got any active activity going on your channel, but maybe you just want to have any final words.
Yeah, like if you enjoyed my contribution to this awesome panel tonight, you can check out some of my videos on my YouTube channel at Script Doctor, and you follow me on Twitter at Script Doctor PhD. That's where you can reach me most easily right now, because things are a tad busy for the moment, but hopefully things will slow down. I'll be able to get back to some new videos on my channel in the near future. But it's been awesome hanging out with you guys tonight. real honor on my end, and thanks so much for inviting me.
Oh, the pleasure's mine, Script. Always a pleasure having you on, whether it's on here or being on Mead with you. It's always a pleasure talking, having good dialogue on movies and all the crazy ass. So we basically have streamed together on a Teckle. We've done like 5 hours today if you want to get technical with it.
So, yeah, we have. It's been blast though.
No, it's good. We basically did a mini Mauler stream today is what we did. So no, seriously, dude, thank you as always for making the time when you can, especially with your busy schedule. I do appreciate it, guys. Obviously, this is his link if you're somehow not subscribed. I'm going to assume everyone is, but in case you somehow are not, this is channel, sub to him. And yes, he's on Twitter as well. So, Script Doctor, you have a great night. And that's 70s Rock Fan. And plug in your channel before you do. Yes, I promise I'll get some rust. Thank you. All right, 70s. I'm shutting up for you.
Don't worry about it, mate. You can talk anytime you like. I'd like to thank the chat for being magnificent as always. You guys are the best. You make it a lot of fun. My channel, That 70s Rock Fan, doing quite well right now. My last video was a tribute to the late great David Warner, and
I saw that. That was a really great tribute.
Thanks, mate. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, he was a very underappreciated talent and great guy, and in some fantastic movies. So check that out if you get the chance, everybody. I'll probably join Nick and Script on Thursdays, Midnight Edge After Dark. Couldn't make today, but I'll be on that. And then I'm planning for my next live stream, which is next Monday, 2 p.m. Pacific, and it's go back to music as a topic. It's going to be a metal mayhem edition. So all metal, loudest, fastest, hairiest, and that includes the female bands. You name it, we're going to have categories for it, and we're going to argue all day about who fits into those. So
please include me in that.
I will certainly do so, sir. Yes.
Thank you.
All right, 70s. Obviously, folks, that's his channel. So give him a sub if you somehow haven't, sir. Always a pleasure doing this with you. I will see you soon on me.
I've been subscribed to That 70s Rock Fan since 1972.
Indeed, and I've still only got 528 subscribers, so it's taken me all that time to get them.
You got to come on my channel, man. We'll fix that.
All right, guys.
Since 72, that's all been a long slog.
Yes. Once again, thank you for Darius. You've been killing on the mods. I know Redshirt, you were here earlier too. Eric K briefly. Thank you guys, seriously, for the modding, super chats, direct donations, and for all the familiar faces coming around here. I appreciate the support. Obviously you can find me at Midnight's Edge After Dark, yelling at Park Cars, Thursday Night Throwdown. This Friday night on the Comic Shop Talk, we'll be talking the Nova, Richard Rider Nova series, Marv Wolfman, issues 5 through 9. And that is going to be a fun. And yes, Script, you have a great night. Thanks for being on here. It's going to be fun talking that. So that'll be 8:30. We'll be starting slightly earlier so we can cover that extra issue, but without going too over on time.
Central?
Yes. So that'll be what's going on there, the Comic Shop Talk. And I've got a few videos. I'm hoping to get, I'm probably going to have to only get one video this week and then 2 next week, but you'll see what's going on in those videos when you do. And Keely Chai see, so 10 out of 10 overall, 9 out of 10 toxicity. But yeah, next week, Airplane. It's going to be fun. It's going to be huge. Anyways, guys, thank you all for being here. This is Goodbye. Good fight. And lastly, but not leastly,